When Reef was 5 months old, Lydia took him for a routine pediatric checkup.
And we were told that Reef was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
After the 6 months of chemotherapy, he never reached remission. His only hope would be a bone marrow transplant. 6 months after Reef's bone marrow transplant, he developed something called GVHD, where the new bone marrow fights against the body.
We decided to turn to the United States for help.
When we arrived in the United States,
The doctors have been able to keep his GVHD under control.
but unfortunately in a couple of weeks our visa will expire. We originally left the country because Reef couldn't receive the treatment that he needed and was dying, and we don't want this last 3 years that we have spent here to be for nothing and to take him home only to bury him.
We're back talking with Lydia and Ryan, as well as with board-certified oncologist Dr. Lawrence Pirro. And I want to ask you, Dr. Pirro, Reef is clearly in a critical stage of his treatment. Do you feel like he is well enough now to go back home?
I think the real problem here is how do you take him out of an environment that has been so transformative, in his recovery with such great experience, and send him back when the team there, he was the first pediatric bone marrow transplant of this age in South Africa. First one ever. So they don't have a great body of experience of what to look for in this age of child. It's no harm, no foul. I mean, you can't be experiencing something you've never done, but the truth is they haven't done it. And so you can imagine the apprehension on the part of the parents to get back to that situation where they might not have recognized some of the subtle nuances that we've just heard about.
And just to clarify, as all this has been going on, you have about 2 weeks left with your visas, is that right?
We do, yes, 2 weeks. It's just scary. I can't put my son on a plane and take him back to South Africa. We came out here to save his life, and that's exactly what they did. They saved him.
And I think this highlights one of the reasons why we wanted to profile Reef's story, because things get really complicated when you have a certain system in place. There's not always these perfect nuances. Join us now is attorney Reva Martin to sort through some of the immigration laws. What is the true risk of deportation in this instance?
Well, Travis, it's not as if someone's going to come knocking on their door in 2 weeks and cart them off and force them onto a plane to return to their country. But when they came to the country, they had a visa, and there was a time period in terms of how long they could stay in the country and the reason they were here. So they have to honor that time period. And it's very important that they stay in compliance, that they are here legally, and that they take steps to make sure that they get an extension of that time period. One of the things anyone watching this program want to do is make sure you're consulting with competent immigration counsel. So you're getting advice about what exceptions may apply to your situation. Looking at the parents' background, their education background, their work background, all of that may provide, some justification, some reasons for them to be able to extend their stay. And I would love to be able to call your immigration attorney and just make sure things are on track and that everything possible is being done so that this little boy can stay here and get the care that he needs.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
In whatever way our resources can help, obviously, that is our goal, to get you the care that you need for a beautiful young boy who happens to be joining us via Polycom for a quick hello. That's Reef with his grandfather, Don.
Hi, Reef.
Hey, Reef.
Love you, Daddy.
Love you, Reefy.
Hey, Mama.
Hi, big boy. I love you.
So there's a lot of scary stuff in this story, but I'll tell you a lot of really great things. And thank you for letting Reef join us. Reef, here's a kiss from all of us here at the doctor's, buddy. Reva, thanks for being here. Dr. Pirro, as always, we appreciate it. And there's a campaign to raise money for Reef's cause. It's called Rocket for Reef. If you'd like to help, you can find a link on our website, thedoctorstv.com. Let's see what's coming up.